Check, check, check. I'm back. I'm back. Recovered from the COVID. I'm back. Recovered from the COVID. Today is November 27th of 2020. I've been recovered from the COVID for a couple weeks, but I kind of enjoyed the break. This week has been one of my best weeks of the year as far as money-wise. I was trading, we've all been trading the EV sector. I hope you've been trading the EV sector. If you haven't been trading the EV sector, then you haven't been paying attention to the market and what's hot. And the best catalyst for a stock is sector momentum. So let me think here. So I've been gone for a few weeks. I woke up late, so I have to apologize for that. Normally I'm starting at 9:10 Eastern Standard Time, and today I just woke up like 20 minutes ago. So I missed a lot of the morning pre-market action. Wasn't prepared. Well, I am prepared in the sense that I already knew what I wanted to trade. Let's look at, FCEL was FCEL, Solo, BLNK, KNDI. Those were my top watches. So let's see here. Oh, buying. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I had COVID. I had COVID and I gave it to my whole family. Except for my 3-year-old, I guess her immune system's so strong, it just slapped. The COVID tried to invade and her immune system was like, get off me. Get off me. So yeah, I'm fine though. It wasn't that bad for me. I had it for a couple of days. I had it for 2 days. And then actually the first day that I had it was one of the times that I was going live. I didn't know I had it then, but I was live and I was feeling like crap that day, and I didn't sleep well. And then later that day I came down with a fever and I was like, "Oh wow. I think I got the COVID." And I went and got tested the next day and I was positive. But now I got it out of the way. I feel fine now. I feel great. My infant got it. Didn't have too many problems with it. My wife got it. She just lost her smell and her taste, and that was it. She had nothing. She was still working out, still doing her regular routine. I was the one that had the hardest time with it, and it wasn't that bad for me. I just had a fever for a couple days, and then I was done. Okay, so let's see here. What do we want to look at first? Man, it sucks I slept in. But I needed some sleep. I didn't sleep much this week. And last night I went to bed at about 10 p.m. So I slept a solid, I slept a lot. I slept like 10 hours. And today's a big day for me anyway, so FCEL, let me review what I've been doing with this one the last few days. So yes, I was shorting Monday. Monday it crashed. I actually went long and short. It had this big squeeze up to 11. Meanwhile, everything else in the EV sector was crashing. So I was shorting up here in the 10s, the 9s and the 10s, and then it crashed all the way down. And I was covering into this big panic, and then I covered more into this panic, and then I actually went long, and I longed this little spike right here into the afternoon, and then now it's still going. So now it's moving into this resistance zone at close to 10. So right now I am inclined to, in fact, I'm going to take a short on it right now here in the 970s. Take a short right now, and then we'll just risk $10. Also, something that's it's giving me a little conviction with this right now is Solo right now. Look, Solo had a nice bounce as well, and now Solo is giving it up. So that tells me that, they're all moving in sympathy together. If you look at BLNK, same. It looks very similar to FCEL right now. A spike, which BLNK is more in the same sector. They're all in this. They're all in the EV battery / electronic vehicle sector. So Solo is a little bit different from BLNK, because BLNK and FCEL are battery plays, but they've all bounced nicely. AYRO, and then AYRO looks like it's about to go red. BLNK. No, not BLNK. KNDI, that's the one I wanted to look at. Okay, KNDI is red on the day. Solo's red, officially red. And so now, if we can just get FCEL to give it up a little bit. So it's had this little bounce, put in a double bottom, has a bounce, we'll see. I might not even wait for it to get to 10 to cut it. I may just cut it if it gets over 980. We'll see. Your long BLNK from 26, nice. I was shorting BLNK. I caught the front side of the move. I was buying it at 32, sold it at 34. Then the next day I shorted it at 31. I think I shorted at 31. And then I was covering. My last cover was BLNK. My last cover was Tuesday. Where did I cover? Yeah, I covered into this dump right here. See this fade? I covered the last of it once it started to bounce. This little bounce right here. I was covering there. And you're long from 26. It's a pretty good entry. Oh, okay, I see. So it bounced, and then maybe pre-market you got long. Yeah. It had a little morning gap up. It held 26. That's a good price. And then you haven't sold yet, or you're out at 29.30. Oh, wow. Jeez, right? It sold into that strength, just like you should. Dang, that's a pretty good trade. Yeah, nice. And it could hold up right here. Who knows? It may hold this VWAP. If it holds all day long. So FCEL and BLNK, if they hold this VWAP all day long and they keep strong, then that means they might have more continuation. So we'll just cut the trade. So like with me, with FCEL right now, I'm shorting the bounce. Let's look at the 15-minute chart. So here's this bounce. This is a nice healthy bounce. So yeah, if this thing holds VWAP all day long and just kind of hovers around, I'm not gonna fight it, because that means it could break out over 10, and then we could get more continuing, more squeeze. And if you look at Tesla's up almost at 600, and I'm still long Tesla from right after they did the split. I bought it $330, and so Tesla is still climbing, which I think is kind of holding up all of these other plays. SPI. Scared of SPI and FCEL. SPI had a big move a couple days ago. I know Henry had caught that gap up. SPI looks like it's still failing today. It had a small bounce. SPI. So SPI, yeah. So Henry okay. So, and this is not my style of play, but it worked out really well for him. If you looked at this daily chart, see how it's putting in this support base at like $7-8, and it had been consolidating for a couple months. He bought this thing like I think at around $8 or $9. It's not really my type of play because I wait. I'm not trying to predict the move. I wait till the move happens, wait till it gets volume, wait till it starts doing things, and then I react. Whereas, because if I was going to take a position on this, like he's correct in that, you know, it's consolidating and it's put in a clear support zone. So if he's buying it at a key level, but you just don't know when. Like, say he would have bought it back here in October, mid-October. He would have been waiting a long time, and I'm not really looking to wait. I think he may have bought it when it started to break out of that consolidation just a little bit. See, but I want like news. I want volume, and there's no volume. But he bought it, and then he held it for I think maybe 3 to 4 days. I'm not sure exactly how long. And then he woke up to this gap up. He woke up to this gap up near 20. Now, it crashes, and now it's kind of, I mean, for me right now, it's a no play for me. I'm not going to long it. It's down too much. I can't short it. So I have to wait for the volume to come back in. Uh-oh, FCEL's starting to take off. All right, so I might have to cut this. It's almost at 10 now. Put on my stop loss. If it gets over 10, I'm getting out. All right, I got my stop loss in. So if it gets over 10, I'll be done. So for me, yeah, SPI, I mean, there's just no volume right now, and it's not in the it's not in the sector of the EV plays. So, I'm wanting to trade what's got momentum. And I mean, they all go through this cycle where they squeeze up and then they crash and then they bounce. Like FCEL. Look at this. Got this big gigantic squeeze. You got the crash. You got the number 5 dip buy, and now it's a bounce. Now it's bouncing. It might get rejected by 10 though. There's a lot of resistance here at 10. Or it may just barely get over it and then get rejected. Yeah, but look at all this resistance moving right into these highs. And if it takes me out and it gets over 10, then oh well, it'll just become a better short later on. Hope everybody had a good Thanksgiving. I had a really good Thanksgiving. It was nice. Kept it small though. My brother-in-law and his 2 kids came over, and then we met my wife's parents at a park. We went for a walk. They're kind of scared of COVID, so they didn't want to come. They didn't want to be indoors. So we hung out with them for a little bit, went on a walk, like a nature walk. It was a nice day outside. little chilly, but and then we came home and made dinner and played, watched the Christmas movie, and then went to bed. It's a nice, relaxing day. Oh, watch football too. The Cowboys got their ass kicked. So when I look in the chat here, I see people trading TSMP, COCP, DLPN, Works was a main gapper, ORMP's with a nice move. Wow. ORMP, a pharmaceutical company. Gee, what a surprise. ORMP. So this is a multi-day runner. Pharmaceutical company, got a float of 18 million. So we'll keep an eye on this one. That's a pretty big move. Oh, took me out. FCEL took me out. Got over 10. So I'm out of FCEL. Took a loss on that one. That's my only trade of the day so far. DPW crashed. SUNW had a gap up and failed. AYRO is going down. NIO holding up at $54. Wow, that's impressive. TSMP. Okay, I see that ticker a lot. TSNP. TSNP. So look at this one. So yeah, wow, that's a nice high day breakout. TSMP. I usually don't trade 10-cent stocks, but that's really clean looking. Look at that. Holding over VWAP, breaks the high a day, and then really pushes. I don't want to chase it up here. Is this a multi-day runner, or is this day one of the squeeze? Oh, wow. Look at that. Nice breakout chart. Look at this. That breakout over 3 cents. Wow. And then now the big push. Man. But I'm late to the party. If I would have got up early, maybe I would have saw this. Floor covering stores. So yes, look at this. So this morning you wake up. It breaks the previous day's highs. That's your buy signal. Over 5 cents. Then you catch the squeeze. Man. So I'm late to the party on that one. So COCP, I see that ticker a lot. So we'll look at that one. COCP. If I would have got my ass out of bed, I would have been prepared with some of these. Oh man, but I slept so hard. It was worth it, actually. I didn't sleep much Sunday night, Monday night, or Tuesday night. I only slept like 4 hours every night. So just sleeping 10 hours last night was just glorious. Amazing. JMI was crazy play. Yeah, that one went to the 30s, didn't it? How long? So you were long from 1390. How long did you hold it for? JMIA. I think I still got this one on the watch list. Yeah, there it is. Wow, $40. Jesus. Man, look at that breakout. Multi-month breakout, and then it just squeezes. You can't tell me breakouts don't work. Look at that. You buy it over this breakout, over 20. Damn. So today might look like it'd be the first red day. This might be a short. This is definitely looking like a short. Thank you for bringing this ticker up. I'm going to have to short this. Today's first red day. JMIA. So it's bouncing right now. It's bouncing up to VWAP. The red to green on it is 37.89. So we'll see how much it bounces. I might take a position right here and short this weakness. Well, I mean, short into this little strength, but overall the stock is looking weak. Today looks like it might be a first red day. I mean, this thing's had a massive move, but I mean, so on Tuesday it had the big blow off top or Wednesday it had the big volume. Like blow off top volume, and then today it's kind of starting to give it up. All right, I'm gonna take a position into this little bounce up at 38. All right, I got some JMIA short. Right here near VWAP at 38.04. Matt, what's up? So you slept in too, eh? Trades today, Mara and the works, in and out. Let's look at those. Well, Matt, you got to tell us your entries and your exits too. Right? Oh. Mara had a nice morning spike. Works was on the high day gap scanner. Is FCEL going to hold over 10 and continue going higher, or is it going to roll over? I don't know. With the way Tesla's moving, dude, Tesla's a monster. It's going to 1,000, isn't it? I hope it does. So my business partner and I, a couple of years ago, when Tesla was trading at like $200 a share before the split, I went to my business partner. I was like, "Hey, dude, let's take like 10 grand of our out of our business account and let's put it in Tesla. It's on a dip right now, and this thing's gonna go." My business partner says no, right? So then it goes to $2,000, and so he was always a little tilted from that, and he was a little sad over it, and he was like, "God, I should have listened to you." And I was like, "It's okay. There'll be another opportunity." So then they do the split. Right before they do the split, I'm like, "Hey, after they do the split, we should take 10 grand and buy some Tesla." So he's like, "All right, I'm in." So we wait for the split. The split happens. And Tesla, if you look at the daily chart, so they do the split and then it dumps. So I'm waiting for this pullback. I pretty much bottom ticket. I got it at $330. Let me find my exact price. So here my exact price is that I got it at. $339.13 is my exact price. So I pretty much bottom ticket on that daily chart, right? On this daily chart. And then now, so I buy it way back here. Back in, looks like I bought it on September 4th. And now, so me and him both, we took $10,000 out. He got $5,000. I got $5,000. I went and bought it immediately. I got the money in my account and I bought it. And I've been holding it ever since because that was the strategy. And then now I keep talking about Tesla to him. and he doesn't, he has no clue where it's at or what it's doing. And you know what that tells me? It tells me that he didn't buy it. I don't think he bought the stock. Which is okay, whatever. If he didn't want to buy it and hold it, then... So I see him last week, and I'm like, bro, Tesla's over 500 now. Can you believe it? We're in at 330. And he just got quiet, and he didn't say shit. So I don't think he bought it. Okay. Matt Works in at 224 and sold at 250. Okay, here, let me pull up the chart. Let's look at those trades. Works. Okay, so Works got in at 224 and sold at 250. You're buying pre-market, Matt? Yeah, I'm sure you're buying pre-market. Thought you said you slept in. And sold at 250. Maybe bought this dip. I'm assuming you bought pre-market and sold into that rip at 250. And then Mara with its cult following. In at 411, out at 422. I'm assuming you bought this pre-market. Out at 422. You got in and out fast, Matt. All right, BLNK. I might try to reshort FCEL again. Because BLNK is starting to roll over. So... all right, I'm going to try to reshort FCEL one more time. There I go. I got it at $10. 10.02. And the reason why is because BLNK, look at BLNK rolling over. Starting to roll over. So that tells me that FCEL might follow. FCEL's junk too. Oh, Matt's got a strategy. He looks for the 7 a.m. dips. You know what? I haven't been trading much pre-market lately. I really feel like I have a lot more success after post like 9:45 Eastern Standard Time. Because then, let's look at this BLNK chart right here. Okay, so I missed the big squeeze. Big deal. But now that it's holding VWAP right here, it has a clear support in the 2730s. I could buy on this dip right here in like let's say at like 28 or 2790, and then I can risk this low. It just seems like more buying after the market opens. The levels of support and the levels of support and resistance seem to hold better. The self-fulfilling prophecy of technical analysis seems to be more reliable than in pre-market. There's not as much volume, so certain levels get blown through a lot easier. And on JMIA, I am just going to risk VWAP on my short. Because this thing has been so powerful and so strong. It's testing. It's hanging out right at red to green, but it, where is it? JMIA. Yeah, it's hanging right around a VWAP right now. And that red to green is 37.50. So, but if it gets over this VWAP, then that tells me that it's strong and it could hold up and continue squeezing. Vine says, Matt, I also like the 7 a.m. dips. Usually works out great for me. Sometimes if sometimes I fuck it up. LOL. That's okay. 7 a.m. dips. Let me give me an example of a ticker for a 7 a.m. dip. I did not know 7 a.m. dips were a thing. Now, when you say 7 a.m. dip, Matt, are you talking Eastern Standard Time? Or New Mexico time? I only buy 30 minutes to the bell open, nothing earlier, and only dips on that hit the RSI oversold. Ah, look at Matt using the RSI. I'm not making huge profits, but it's keeping me consistent. That's the key right there. Staying consistent, not letting any of your losses get away from you. Not getting stubborn. Being stubborn with the market is not a profitable strategy. If you get stubborn with the market and you get too wrapped up in your bias, you'll just get punished. All right, JMIA is going red. See if it can dump. I don't know if it's going to though. And FCEL starting to break down a little bit more. It's down to the 990s. See if we can crack the 990s. And it doesn't look like it wants to. FCEL holding up nicely. Well, BL&K looked like it was rolling over, but now it's starting to hold up a little bit too. BL&K holding VWAP. So now with FCEL, I'm just going to risk the high, this lower high. So if I can't continue putting in lower highs, then I'm out. So I'm going to put a stop loss in at 10.16. I mean, ideally I should risk 10.25, I guess. But I already took a loss on it once today. So I don't want to end up red too much. This week has been a great week. So if I end up red on the day, it's not going to be that big of a deal. I mean, those shorts were epic. Those crashes on Monday. Was it Monday or Tuesday they crashed? Yeah, it was Tuesday they crashed. Gosh, they were fantastic. Look at SNDL. That was a 7 a.m. dip. SNDL. Is that on the gap scanner this morning? SNDL. So it gapped up, kind of chopped around, and then boom. Mountain time. So that would be Mountain time. So that's 2 hours earlier than. So it was 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So that'd be like 9 a.m. 30 minutes before. I see it. So boom, yeah. So it'd be 8 o'clock my time because I'm Central Time. I'm in Iowa. Oh, I see it right there. It has a little dip. And then boom, it comes right back. I get you, Matt. I'm going to start watching for that. Thanks, buddy. All right. Look at that. JMIA is going red. So my short starting to come together. Today, first red day. Maybe I should cover a little. No, I'm not covering yet. FCEL down to 990. If FCEL gets down to 975, I'll probably cover some there at VWAP and take some profits. And then it could easily hold up at VWAP. So JMIA putting a little bounce. All right. I just stumbled on that. I've studied it for almost 4 weeks straight. I'm not sure if it's even if it's even a real strategy. Well, I mean, it seems like something to keep your eye on. You're seeing a consistent pattern that is that seems to be working. So, I mean, 30 minutes before the market open, you're catching these dips, and then they rip. So, I mean, no, it's okay. Thank you. So it definitely sounds like something that we could be aware of. Kind of like 11 a.m. dip buys. 11 a.m. dip buys Eastern Standard Time, mind you. A lot of times stocks tend to bounce 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, and FCEL coming down to VWAP in 9, getting close, 975. All right, covering some here at 978. All right, covered a quarter of my position, 978. BLNK looks like it's starting to break down some more. So all right, covered some more. Covered 1/3 of my FCEL. Covered some at 978 and at 981. I may re-add this. It's probably going to bounce back up close to 10. So I might re-add some into a pop. Re-add into a pop. Solo going right on the day. I wish I was short that thing. ACB's crashing. That sucks. Once Biden gets into office, the weed sector's going to go hot. Is that what's going to happen? IDEX did it today as well. Let's look at IDEX. When we say 7 a.m. dip buy, it's really a 9 a.m. dip buy, okay? Because when we speak in terms of time, we want to speak in terms of like Eastern Standard Time, because that's how everyone operates, is off the Eastern Standard Time for the market. Oh, look at that, Matt. Look at that. It has a little dip, right? Wow, look at that. That's interesting, Matt. Look at that. It has a dip right at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You buy into that dip just below VWAP, and then look at that squeeze right back. Matt, seriously, dude, you might be onto something with this 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time dip buy. Well, I mean, it was holding over VWAP. So you have the dip here, it gets over VWAP, consolidates, rolls over. I'm gonna look for that. Let me see what else is moving this morning. Not a whole lot today, is there? So here, let's look at Works this morning. So Works, WORX. So what did it do at 9 a.m. or at? So here, yeah, so 808, so it started to dip right. It started to dip right at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then I'm assuming this is where you bought it. You got in at Works in at 224, sold at 250. So yeah, you were buying into this. Oh, no, you weren't. If you're in at 224. I'm assuming you were buying here on this dip. So I had this little pop up and then buying at 224 and then it squeezes up to 250. That's a nice trade. Then it holds VWAP. And then it starts giving it up right at the open. Alright, so my JMIA staying under VWAP, which is good. First red day on that one. Hopefully that continues down. FCEL looks like it's staying heavy. I have not got a pop up to $10 yet to re-add to my short. And I'm not going to chase this weakness with more size. There'll be another bounce to get into. Okay, I'll be right back. Man, I'll tell you what, I ate so much freaking green bean casserole yesterday. Oh man, my wife put bacon in it. And for some reason, I like it so much better whenever she uses the canned beans as opposed to like buying them fresh, which is so bad. And I ate so much of it last night. FCEL 9 a.m. dip buy as well. Let's look at FCEL. Well, yeah. Lo and behold, look at that. Right near VWAP too. Matt. Great. I'm going to watch for that more. And then boom, yeah, you buy it. But I would have got taken out at the market open because I probably would have put my stop, well, from 920, from let's say I got it at 920, I probably would have been selling a third or half into this little bounce up to the 940, and then set my stop just below it. I probably would have set my stop below 9, like 9, probably like 8.95 or something. So yeah, I might have been in there for this squeeze. And then I would have sold probably the rest into this first push in the 970s. I probably wouldn't have hung around to 10. Maybe I would have. FCEL giving it up some more. Eat shit, FCEL. So I'm going to look to add to my short sometime soon. FCEL, yes. Can you guys hear me? I just got an alert that my my encoding software. Can you guys hear me? I just got an alert that my encoding software was disconnected. Say yes if you can hear me. Say yes if you can hear me. Okay, good. I lagged for. Yeah, my encoding software lost connection for a second. Anyway, so back to what I was saying. Yeah, I've gotten to where I don't like, because, I mean, this thing could hang around. I don't know. If FCEL closes super weak, closes down here near the lows, like say at 9, then I'll hold it. I'll hold overnight. But if it can, because right here we got a higher low, or higher low, and then say this dip holds right here in the 960s, and it just kind of chops around between, like, say 950 and 10, it could easily gap up on Monday. And my biggest losses ever have come from overnight holds where something crazy unexpected happens, and all of a sudden, gap down, gap up, and I'm down a massive amount of money. So I've just gotten to where I like just taking my profits during the day. Like right now, I'm sitting on 2 winners right now, JMIA, FCEL. I have $500 of unrealized profits. I could take these right now and then, and I don't have any overnight stress. In fact, I kind of want to take a little bit, right now I'm in at 38 on JMIA, 38.04. So I think I might take a little bit off right now. Take a little bit of profits right here. Made $1 a share. We'll take a quarter of it off. Actually, I'm going to take half of it off. Cover. And we're only going a half day today too. The market's only open a half day, so I think it closes at, does it close at noon Eastern Standard Time? 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you. I knew we just went a half day. They do this on the holiday weeks. So now, all right, so I took a little bit of profits. I shorted up here near VWAP at 38.04. I covered half of it. And it looks like it's about to bust through 37. So, hypothetically speaking, JMIA closes down here near its lows. I'm going to swing this one. Because today looks like the first red day. Which means another red day could follow. A lot of people got faked out a couple days ago. They thought this was going to be the first red day on JMIA on November 24th, and then it puts in this big squeeze. There's probably some shorts trapped in this. FCEL. FCEL more downside. So right now I'm just waiting for a bounce to add into. JMIA. What's the SPY doing? JMIA really starting to give it up. Solo giving it up. Tesla's starting to crash a little bit. Went from 598 down to 590. So let's see here. JMIA. No, SPY. That's what I want. And the SPY. SPY's hanging around VWAP. Man, FCEL's not bouncing at all. That's okay, though. It will bounce. JMIA looks like it wants to bounce off 3650. So it's it's testing the lows now. So we'll see if it puts in a little pop. I might add to my short if it goes to like close to 3750, which is the red to green. So if we get a little bounce up to 3750, I'll add back to my short on JMIA. Now we're starting to bounce on FCEL. So I'm going to look to add into my short anywhere close to 10. Did I hear from Henry today? I don't know. Let me look at my phone. See if he texted anything. No, I haven't heard anything from him. Text him right now. Where are you at? We live. All right, texted him. I don't know where he's at, man. Maybe he didn't trade today. He probably got drunk with his family. Looks like he was smoking some nice chicken. There you go. No, I didn't hear from him. He may have not traded today. Our pre-market master. Should I re-short right here, or is it going to keep bouncing? It's probably going to keep bouncing, huh? I'm always early on my ads, so I need to wait. Like whenever I take profits and then it starts to bounce, I always add too early. It always goes further than I think. It's up at VWAP now. Maybe I'll just... There's 970. So I'm looking for a spot to add. Uh-oh, SPY's cracking right now. SPY's getting ready to test low a day. Look at the SPY. SPY's getting ready to test low a day. Kind of a crack right there. Let's look at the daily on the SPY. SPY holding up near its highs, though. So if he could hold low a day today, SPY may break out on Monday and continue higher. Tell you what, the overall market's incredible. How well it's held up. All right, so I added a little bit to my FCEL, a tiny, small piece. At 968. I wanted more, but I thought maybe it was going to bounce higher. JMIA bouncing to 37. I think I'm going to add a little bit there. Because I think now that the SPY's kind of testing low a day, plus JMI is having a first red day. All right, I added some to my JMIA at 37. I hear people talking about, let's see, INO, NET, CMPS, GMBL, TMDI, PLTR, SOL. So we'll look at some of these. Oh, wow. SPY. Look at the SPY. Big crack. Big pull. Broke low a day. So this might be good for my shorts. I mean, it's starting to bounce a little bit right now. But the SPY breaking low a day. So we'll see how that plays out. So this may bode well for my shorts. Because the FCEL looks like it's about to head south some more too. So I may have got a good ad there. I don't know though, but it may come back and bounce. Who knows? TMDI hitting high day scanner. Not a lot of range. So, Brian, I know you like Rogan's podcast, right? You listen to his podcast some. I don't know if you listen to his most recent ones, but he's had a couple of guys on that were so good. One of them was John Mackey. Man, that's a good one. I like that one a lot. John Mackey. And then he had another one. He had this guy that he's a professor at Yale. He was at Harvard, but now he's at Yale. Nicholas Christakis. This guy, so he talks about the vaccine, and he's a professor of, I'm assuming, biomedicine. I forgot exactly, but yeah, he goes into a lot of detail about the pandemic, and so that's a pretty good one. Those two are real exceptional. This other guy, John Mackey, he's the CEO of Whole Foods, and yeah, man, I really like that one. Actually, I went and bought his book. I was impressed with that guy, John Mackey. That guy seems like he's got his shit together so good. Yeah, he's got a book, conscious. He's got a couple books, Conscious Leadership and Conscious Capitalism. So I got the Conscious Leadership one. So I'm gonna read that one first, and then go into the next one. All right, SPY bounced a little bit. Other than that, there's not a whole lot moving real crazy right today, is there? Somebody just mentioned VXRT. Yeah, VXRT is going up. APRN. Henry's long that one. So Henry's I don't know if he's still long now. I'm pretty sure he probably is. But yeah, he's been on APRN and WTRH because he thinks that, and he's probably right, that because now that they're shutting stuff down, that Blue Apron, that people are going to start ordering their food again. Man, I feel sorry for you guys in New Mexico, dude. I was talking to my mom on the phone yesterday. She just started crying because she's all sad about how the New Mexico governor is just shutting everything down and no one can do anything. Man, how you have to wait outside. Like, she was telling me that they only let so many people in Costco. Actually, you were telling me that there was a line outside of Walmart. They only let so many people in at a time, and people are trying to get food and supplies. So I told my mom yesterday, I had plane tickets to take my family back to New Mexico, take my wife and kids to go visit my parents for Christmas. But I told my mom, I was like, I'm not going to New Mexico. I was like, I don't want to go there and everything just be shut down. All the state parks shut down. Can't go to any restaurants. Hell, I can't. Usually I go play poker at the Sandia Casino. That's closed. I also have to go there and be stuck at my mom's house, and I can't do shit. No, I'm out. So she's all sad. Meanwhile, the New Mexico governor is. My mom told me the New Mexico governor is. And meanwhile, she's spending Thanksgiving in Hawaii. All right. Meanwhile, JMIA is testing low a day, so this short may work out well. I'm much more likely to swing JMIA than I am FCEL. FCEL is going to have to close at its lows. If it's consolidating, going sideways in any type of way, I'm not fucking risking. Because let's say it just goes sideways all day long, or if it just trades between 950 and 10 on FCEL, it could gap up or it could gap down, and I'm not going to risk it. It's going to have to close low. And so now JMIA is testing low a day. You know what? Am I testing? somebody else is putting that too. So a lot of people are noticing that. And yeah, JMIA looks like it might go through low a day. Governor says you have to quarantine for 2 weeks upon entering our state. Are you fucking kidding me? So you have to stay at your mom's even if everything was open. Ha ha. Oh my, I'm definitely not going, dude. I am not going. Yeah, I was only planning on being there for 5 days. Yeah, definitely not going to New Mexico. I'll wait. Maybe the airlines will give me a credit or something and I'll go. Actually, I told my mom, I was like, just come to Iowa. I was like, Mother, just come to Iowa. Who cares if we have 3 times as many cases? All right. More downside on FCEL. So this is starting to work out. I think it's because the SPY, well, BLNK is fading. Man, this JMIA is working out nice now. I'm glad I added into this little bounce. I added into this little bounce right here, this little pop. Should I take some more profits? I think maybe I should cover just a little bit. Yeah, my mom just wants to see her grandkids. You know, it breaks her heart that all this is going on and she can't. She came to Iowa back in September. And that was like a big decision for her because my parents are in a higher risk category. Of course, I'm probably not the greatest influence because I'm like, Mother, just roll the dice. I was like, you're going to die one day anyways. I'd rather die seeing my grandkids and doing what I want to do and living my life rather than living in fear and just staying huddled up. I mean, that's probably terrible, terrible advice. That's such bad advice. But obviously, I like risk, so hence why I'm staring at this screen. Such bad advice. Well, she came anyways, though. And she brought my dad, which surprised the hell out of me. Because he's very risk averse. He does not like risk at all, which surprised the shit out of me. My parents are so healthy and they live such a low stress lifestyle. I was like, Mother, you'll survive. You'll be fine. Like, you're not going to die. Fuck this pinche coronavirus. Buying's long INO at 10:30. Matt says you also have to sign into every restaurant you go into. They track you, but our governor is going to be Biden's Secretary of Health. So all of you are fucked. Oh my God. Oh my God. Basically what she's doing is she's just experimenting with New Mexico and then she's going to try to implement that shit across the entire country. Oh my God. Oh my God. All right, back to stocks. INO. Let's look at that. INO. Oh. From 10:30? Holy shit, look at that. Look at INO. See, this is a play that Henry would like. If you look at this daily chart, it's put in a support. Man, you got in early. You must have swung this from Wednesday. Yeah, okay, so yeah, Wednesday it had a big move. Had a big move Wednesday. Then you bought on the dip. And swung it overnight. Now look at it. And the SPY, I hope, are you selling, buying? Sell into the strength, please. The SPY is about to test low a day again. $2 a share, $1.50 a share. That's pretty good. You sell any? Oh, I think I'm gonna get out. I don't blame you. I mean, I always sell too early though. So, but I'm a big proponent, and if you're long, selling into strength, at least some of it. If you're short, you cover into weakness. So, Matt, that's confirmed 100% that y'all's governor is going to become Biden's Secretary of Health? Oh, man. Are we moving to a communistic society? I hope not. Biden's out at 12:04. I like it. Nice trade. I don't think you sold a little early. I think you sold just in time. I mean, look at the SPY. I mean, the SPY is getting wrecked right now. Look at the SPY. Cracking low a day again. SPY. SPY. Slap. I wish I had more size on my FCEL. SUNW going down. DPW. ACB. AYRO giving it up. What's KNDI doing? Probably going down. Nope. KNDI fading. FCEL putting in a little bounce up to the 950s. So I probably should have covered some FCEL right there, but I didn't. I should have took some profits into this dump right here. Down at 930. I was too busy running my mouth worrying about the New Mexico governor becoming the Secretary of Health. Yeah, I'm still short JMIA. So JMIA, I mean, I did cover some right here into this flush when it cracked low a day. I added here into this little bounce at 37 and covered a little bit right there. Into that flush. So I'm thinking about adding again at 36.50, but FCEL starting to bounce, so I might add some more to that into this bounce towards VWAP. All right, so I added some there at 955 into that bounce on FCEL. Just a little bit though. You had your finger on the trigger on CBAT at 9 a.m. but took my eyes off of it. Let's look at it. CBAT. Holy smokes. Look at that gap up. You know what though, Matt? There was no volume pre-market. I mean, oh, the volume did come in right here. I mean, how are you supposed to know that? I mean, the way, if you look at this, there's nothing going on pre-market. I mean, how are you supposed to predict that all of a sudden out of nowhere the volume comes in and it squeezes up $2 a share? There's no way to predict that because most of the time, 9 times out of 10, if there's no action, if there's no volume, if there's nothing going on pre-market, it's just going to do that. It's just going to just go sideways and nothing's going to happen. So, I mean, it was getting no attention. You can't predict this. Did they put out news? So I think they did put out news. Yeah, they did. They signed a supply framework agreement. Worth roughly $120 million. Sounds amazing. Stock has to go up with that news, right? Yeah, I don't blame you for not paying attention. You didn't know they were going to stick out that little press release. You didn't know they were going to put out that news. So I think that I'm going to still continue to do the live stream, but I think I'm going to only come in once a week. Thinking probably Fridays. I was either going to do Fridays or Wednesdays. Can't decide. Probably Fridays. I got to work late. Tuesday nights a lot. Whereas on Thursday nights, I don't work and I can get into sleep at a decent time. Like I did last night. And then I still overslept. Damn it, I'm kind of mad at myself right now because I didn't take some profits into this dump down here in the 930s. Damn it. Now it's bouncing, and I don't know how far it's going to bounce. And I just added a little bit right here. At 955, so now my average is 996. Neo's bouncing. So my wife is going to start going back to work. So that means, she's going to go to work today. Oh wow, it's already 11 o'clock. All right. So yeah, my wife is about to leave for work here soon. So I'm going to have to get off. So me and my brother-in-law are watching. He has 2 kids and I got 2 kids, so we got to watch the kids. I got to go help him. So I think that I'm going to continue doing the live streams on Fridays. We'll just do them once a week. But when I do them, I may stay on for a long time, for hours. Because once I get going, and if there's people in the chat, I have a good time. JMIA. All right, FCEL bouncing to VWAP. Is this where I add? Up to VWAP? I should add some more, huh? I'm going to add to my short. Okay, I added now. Now my average, I added some more. So now I'm at, my average is 991. So VWAP has got to act as resistance. If it gets over VWAP, so I'm going to put in a risk at probably like 978. Maybe, no, probably 981 because my average is 991. I would still make 10 cents, but if it gets over VWAP and it holds, I'm not sticking around because this thing can gap up. I want to see this thing get rejected by VWAP and roll over and close down here close to like 920, 910, 930. That's the only way I'm going to hold this thing overnight. If it closes super weak. But then, you know what the bad part is? I've had this happen to me before, where the stock closes super weak, and then after hours they put out some news, and it just squeezes up super hard. So that could happen. This is why I don't like holding overnight that much. Or if I do hold overnight, like say it closes down close to 9, say it closes at 920, then what I would do is I would reduce my position size significantly, maybe to like a quarter or half, and hold that overnight. So now we're up at the 970s. I mean, so it's over VWAP a little bit. And this is why you take your profits. You cover into weakness. And I have a real hard time. Wow, look at that bounce. I knew it was going to put in a bounce. So I have a real hard time also. Like, okay, so 981, I told you was going to be my risk. I haven't covered it, and the reason why is because I have a real hard time into covering into strength. It's showing a lot of strength right now. It's bouncing. I want to wait till it kind of pulls back. It'll probably pull back, and it might consolidate here over the 970s, or it may just roll over and start dying. So I'm going to wait for a while. We'll see what it does. We'll see if it starts consolidating in the 970s and 980s and going sideways right there. And if it does that, then I'll cover it in the 970s, 980s. Because this could very easily be a lower high. So you got a high here, and this might be a lower high here. Where does my wife work? She works at a place called Systems Unlimited. She's it's a nonprofit organization that provides services to people with disabilities. My wife has 2 degrees. She has one in child life therapy, something like that. Child life therapy, something like that. And then she has another one in, I don't know. She has another degree in something. I don't know. My wife's a lot smarter than I am. She's like a way better student. She's way quicker. She's super efficient. And she's a cleaning machine. She fucking cleans constant. She likes cleaning. One day I came downstairs. I've never seen anybody do this before. One day I came downstairs, coming downstairs, and she had bought like a new mop. And it was like I don't know, like a Swiffer or something, or I don't know, it's like a high-tech mop. So she bought a new mop, so she's sitting there cleaning the floor, and I'm looking at her face, and as she's cleaning it, she's smiling. I'm like, are you like, what the? And I'm like, are you like really happy or something right now? And she's like, yes, look at this. And she's all happy about, I've never seen anybody so happy cleaning the floor, but God bless her. That cracked me up. I walked downstairs, she's cleaning the floor, and she's smiling ear to ear, grinning so hard. Yeah, she likes her job at Systems. She works with people with disabilities, and yeah, she likes it. She actually, at her job, a lot of times though, she gets to do some cool stuff. Like they take, some of the people with disabilities, they take them out before the pandemic, they would take them to in the summertime, take them bowling or at a baseball game or something like that. She helps them do things, like helps them with their laundry, helps them with grocery shopping, stuff like that. She likes it a lot. So her dream job is she wants to be a child life therapist. That was her job. That's what she went to school for. But it's apparently it's really, really hard. There's very, very, very few spots. So you have to be on a waiting list for years to be able to get in. Look at this bounce on FCEL. Back to 10. This is what I get for not covering. I got caught up running my mouth and talking shit, and I didn't cover down here in the 930s. Oh, that's annoying. And I should have covered into this weakness right here. Here, look. So it pulled back. I should have covered into this pullback near VWAP. We'll see, though. Fuck FCEL. It's garbage. Even though it's garbage, though, garbage goes. Garbage runs. Man, nice bounce, though. FCEL putting in this incredible bounce. Meanwhile, BLNK, one of the sympathy plays, or actually, FCEL would be the sympathy play to BLNK. Come on, my mouse is acting like it's acting like my 3-year-old, being a pain. Just kidding. So yeah, BLNK putting in a bounce too, but it's looking heavy. The JMIA trade is working out good. It's about to test low a day. Look at that. About to go through low a day. So I had over $500 in profits with FCEL, and I didn't take them down here. And now I have $47 in profits. But I added a bunch just right now. So if this thing goes anywhere near 950, I'm going to be taking profits. Meanwhile, my JMIA is hanging out near low a day. I'm thinking about covering right here because it could bounce. In fact, I'm going to. I'll take it. All right, give it to me. All right, I'm out. I'm out of JMIA near low a day. Covered. Now we'll just focus on FCEL. So I'm getting ready to cover right here on this little yank because I don't know what it's going to do. See if VWAP holds. All right, I covered 3/4 of it at 977. So I kept 500 shares just to see what's going to happen. I had 2,000 shares. So we'll see what's going to happen. Because this could be a higher low and it just fades the rest of the day. And I'm glad that I covered JMIA because it looks like it's going to find some support and start to bounce. So I'm going to put in a stop loss just over the high on FCEL, just over this high. So I'm going to put in a stop loss at 996. But if it holds up, I'm not even going to wait for that stop loss to get hit. I'm just going to cover because I'm not holding it overnight. This EV sector, I mean, if you look at the daily chart on it, I mean, Tesla's still hot right now. And this, you know, it had this big squeeze. It had this yank. Right now, I think the 10s, there's a lot of resistance in the 10s. So this is a bounce. It could just roll over. But then it could continue higher. I don't know what it's going to do. I mean, look at, it's got all this resistance here at 10 in the high 9s and in the 10s. So if it breaks out over 10, if it gaps up on Monday over 10, I'm probably a buyer. I'm probably on a buyer on any pullback and on any dip down to 10. Because it's probably going to squeeze and go higher. So in order for me to stay in this, I've only said it like 5 times. In order for me to stay in it short, this thing is going to have to close near like the 930s, near low a day. Otherwise, I'm not risking it. Another reason why I don't like holding stocks overnight is that there's a certain beauty to having no position. You know, like, because sometimes whenever I have an overnight position, I just wake up earlier than I want to be up, and I get on my phone and I'm checking the position. So when you have no position, sometimes I'll wake up and then I'll think to myself, like I'll wake up to have to go to the bathroom and I'll think, oh, I don't have any positions right now. I'm going to go back to bed. And then you just wake up and you have a clean slate. And that's kind of a good feeling. But it was really, really nice on Wednesday. I woke up. So see this? So I was short this big crash right here, right? And then I bought down here near low a day. I caught this bounce, and then I added to my short because I still had some shares from $9 that I had not covered. I added to my short around here in the 8s, and then I woke up to a big gap down, which was nice. I woke up to like, because I was short FCEL and Solo, and I woke up to like over $3,000 in gap down profits, which is really nice. So now this little snicker is kind of hanging around over VWAP. It's consolidating over VWAP, which I don't like. It might roll over. I don't know yet. Hell, I may put the stop loss at like okay, I'm going to set the stop loss at 996. I mean, I should put it over 10. Is it going to go higher? All right, 996. Putting the stop loss in. Maybe I should. Yeah, 996. If it gets over this, it looks like it's going to. God, 10 is really the key level. But then I don't want to lose 20 cents on it. And it looks like it's about to get over the 990s. T and X. Is that a ticker? Oh, or is that thanks? I think it was thanks. Oh yeah, it was thanks. TNX. Duh. Okay, I'm sticking the stop loss in at 10:01. I'm gonna give it a little more wiggle room. I don't want to keep it too tight. And my wife made breakfast downstairs, so I need to go get something to eat before she goes to work. And so now it's pulling back a little bit. So I'll be back next Friday. 100%. I'm coming back next Friday. Still do them once a week. I'll be back next Friday. Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Next Friday, I'm gonna come back. We'll see what kind of stuff is going on. See if the EV sector momentum, guys. That's the best catalyst. Sector momentum, best catalyst. That's your best catalyst. A rising tide lifts all boats, right? Other than that, trade safe. Respect your risk. Try not to trade when you're frustrated. Don't add to the losers unless it's part of your plan. Sell into strength, cover into weakness. And have a good weekend. And thank you guys once again for tuning in. We'll see you guys next week.